This is a chest workout I'm going to take you guys through. It's 4 exercises. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to explain the reasons behind each of them, and some of them are a little unique. So let's get to it. The first exercise is the flat barbell bench press. So what you're going to end up doing is 2 sets, and each of those sets are drop sets. So if you don't know what a drop set is, I'll explain that momentarily, and then I'm going to break down how to choose what weights to use. So you can see me here, I'm starting, this is the first part of the first set. So basically each set has 2 parts to it. For the first part, you want to pick a weight that you can do for 8 to 10 reps. So that's pretty close to your 8 to 10 rep max. So it should be pretty heavy, maybe about 2 reps shy of failure. Like 12 would be the ultimate max that you could do at that weight. Then you're going to get up and lower the weight and continue with a minimum of 12 reps, and on the high side anywhere from 15, no more than 20 though. So really 12 to 15 to keep it simple. So the first part of the set, you're going for 8 to 10 reps. The second part, after you lower the weight, you go for 12 to 15 reps. And that's a drop set, basically lowering the weight and then continuing to go. You take as much time as you need before you start that again. So when you're in the first set, you do that part 1 and part 2 pretty much right into each other. That's the point of it. Drop it and go. And then when that's done, you take as much time as you need to recover, and then you're going to do it again. Now let me tell you about the technique and the focus that you need to have when doing this. So you need to obviously have good bench press form. Don't rush your hand positioning and your back positioning. And remember, you will feel this in your shoulders and triceps because they're involved in the movement, but the primary focus always needs to stay on the chest. So you may get to a point, especially in this first set, where you may say, wow, I'm really feeling this mostly in my shoulders, or my arms are doing a lot of the work. I'm not really feeling it in my chest anymore. I'm just trying to push the weight up. That is the point where you want to rack it and then take the weight down and go right to the drop set. Reset, take your time, and focus on getting the feeling back into your chest. Same goes for the lighter weight. When you're doing this many reps, this is going to happen. You're going to start to feel the burn in your shoulders and your triceps. It's okay, but if you feel like it's primarily coming from your shoulders and your triceps, then just rack the weight and you're done. You got to keep it in the chest. The next exercise is the Smith machine incline press. So the Smith machine, obviously there's pros and cons to this with the stability. So I'm going to talk about the pros and why I chose to use it and what you take advantage of here. You can just focus on the path is the same the whole time. So once you get it in the right spot, it's very isolated towards the upper chest. You take your time on the way down and really try to flex and squeeze on the push up. So you're not just trying to push up a lot of weight. You'll notice I keep the weight the same and on relatively on the lighter side for this movement, higher reps. The first 2 sets you're shooting for 20, and then the third and fourth you'll probably only get around 15 or so. This next exercise is unique because it's standing and it also focuses on a very specific part of the chest. So you'll feel this in your inner chest. There's not really such a thing as your inner chest because, well, that's a whole anatomy lesson. But anyway, you're going to be fully contracted, basically. So it's a short range of motion. So you'll be feeling it as if you just finished a fly, and then you're going to go through a short range of motion. And that's what's going to give that sensation of feeling it kind of in the inner chest. And then almost your upper chest too, because the trajectory heads upward. So you'll feel that in the upper part of your chest as well. 2 things you need to pay attention to on this one. The first is you have to keep your shoulders down and back, so you're not using your shoulders and your triceps primarily. You want to be using your chest. Are the shoulders and triceps involved? Of course. But in order to feel this in your chest, you have to keep your posture right, which kind of brings us to our next point, which is your core and your posture. In the standing position, you have to brace your core and make sure that you're the right distance away from the bar. So depending if you're a shorter or taller individual, you may find yourself taking a step back or a step in to find the right path, because the force is going to press down on you and you need to have your core braced, but you also want it to be coming down in alignment with your chest and not having it pushing your back backwards or trying to bend your whole body out of place. So brace yourself good, find a comfortable path for yourself, and push through it using your chest. And the last exercise was the machine fly. So this is pretty basic. It takes the shoulders and triceps out of it, and you can still work your chest through a nice range of motion, focusing on the stretch and the squeeze. Everything was pretty standard here, except for the last 2 sets, I made them drop sets. So I shot for, I believe it was 12 reps on the first part, and then anywhere from 6 to 10 for the second part. So a little lower on the drop range, but that's only because this is so isolated and I really tried to squeeze it hard. So it's really just about kind of juicing it out and getting everything you can from your chest on that second part. So it's not really a huge set, not a lot of volume on that second part, but it's just kind of finishing it off and making sure you kind of got everything you could out of it.
That's it.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions on the exercises, please feel free to ask. Give them a try yourself, and I'll see you next time. If you liked the video, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe for more workouts.